Brian Trenger here, your Class A Pro. I'm recording. And as usual, please subscribe and also press the like button, and let's get going. This is Xander Schauffele. He just did really well in the JP McManus Pro-Am, and we're going to take a look at his form today. So here we go. So from the top, first of all, got to make sure he's got his triangle arms. All right, we got that. We got the right hand, the V. Let's see, he's got it right to that inner shoulder. His left hand is a little bit weaker on the golf club. I like to do this too if I'm trying to prevent a hook, so I don't blame him. And then let's see here. Ball position looks like it's just about in the middle of his feet here. Right, this looks like it's about a wedge or a 9-iron maybe. Could be an 8. This foot's square. This foot's a little bit open. Perfect. He's got his, let's see, he's got his shoulders. His feet are pretty wide for his shoulders, actually, it turns out. Over here on the right, we got his spine angles here, knee flex, equal bend and flex, balance looks like it's right there in the right spot. One thing, it looks like he could have his chin up more, actually. So he's actually, I think he should peer down through the bottom of his eyes better at the setup here. Like how his arms are hanging down from his shoulder sockets. You can see here his grip is pointing at his belt line. So no wonder he just won. Really the only fault I see here, in my opinion, would be his chin should be up a little bit higher. Okay, now let's take a look and see what's happening as he gets moving here. So we're gonna highlight a few things here, see what he's doing with his, in terms of keeping his posture. And let's go like this. All right, and then I'm gonna also put a swing plane line up here for us. And then let's trace the club head as usual so that we can see what's going on. So here we go. All right, so he gets going back here. Let's see. We like it to go back here. Low and slow always is one of the best things here. You can see here on this screen on the left how he's just taking it back, super low and slow, and it's a really nice, really nice low and slow takeaway, right? As he gets a little bit further back, let's see, he goes to here. All right, he goes off the screen a little bit with the view of his arc, but I can imagine it's somewhere out in here. Let's see, as he keeps going up here. At this point, you know, if we look, so really what's going on here with Xander is as he's going back, right, he takes it back here, as you're going to see in a moment, low and slow, straight back on the plane. He's got the face of the club here on this side. He's got the club going up like this. The face is very square, a square face like the spine angle, okay? And now as he keeps going here, let's see, he hasn't swayed really. His head, if anything, is balanced though on the right here. Look, on the right side here, his balance is falling forward. He's falling this way. His nose is going forward here. So he should work on that for sure. As he keeps going back here, let's see, we're going to keep tracing this club head. Pretty much taking it straight back along his toe line. When you see the swing plane like this, I'm actually surprised at how much his head goes forward here on the way up to the top of the golf swing. That's a lot of head movement going in this direction, as you can see here where his head is now. So really what's happened is his spine angle now has gone to here. He's got his same knee flex though, which is good. On this side on the left though is perfect. Look, he kept his hip real nice. He's got his head in the same spot pretty much, hasn't swayed. I also like how he has a flat left wrist here. So really, if I was working with him, I'd have him work on his balance a little bit from heel to toe. But I mean, you know, he's done really well, so maybe this is the right recipe for him. And that's the thing, every golfer's got some idiosyncrasies, as us humans are all a little different. But a lot of different things can work if you can do a good job of making a nice swing path and club face position through the ball consistently with the ball contact in the center of the club. So here we go. As we come down, he's going to drop it from shallows the club nicely, as they say. Really all that means to us golfers when we hear that is that he took it back straight on the blue line, and then as he's coming in, he's trying to go from the inside out. here with his club. So you can see here that he's bringing the club down on the plane there, just from the inside slightly. You can also see that his left wrist right here, he's supinating his left wrist, where see how the wrist is turned this way? That's like you're unscrewing a screwdriver with your left hand. It's like Ben Hogan always talked about a supinated wrist, and he shows this image of, let's see right here, you're going to see in a moment, his left hand doing this movement here, and it's like you're unscrewing a screwdriver with your left hand. So anyway, he's doing that as he swings from the inside out to close the face with the left hand, not the right. Most amateurs out there, you guys are closing the club face with your right hand. You need to do it with your left. Okay, so the right hand should be soft. Wow, you can really see how much he's come forward a lot. I mean, he really goes, way forward now. See his head, where his head is now? So now his spine angle really, he's down like this. He's kept his knee flexed nicely. His butt's on the line correctly, right? On this side, let's see on the left, what's going on here. So as he comes down, let's go back a few frames. Yeah, okay. So he makes a big wide to narrow arc. It's harder to see because the video cuts off here a little bit, but his club comes in narrower. Remember, it went back on that that blue line. So you can see here how he's bringing the club down. He does a nice job of bringing his right elbow in. His left hip goes lateral pretty good here. That's why his head's diving forward on this view. Is if his left hip didn't slide so far out this way, then his head could stay up more. Okay, so basically his hip would have to clear better there for his head to be up better here. And his balance would need to work its way more to his back left heel, like you see John Rahm do. So those are the things that I think Xander should work on, is that left hip and his balance here, because that's a lot of change in his spine angle. Because look, what's going on with his spine angle coming down is that on the left here, watch this. Let's go with this color. His spine angle now is here because his hip has slid out there. Right, on this side, he's gone probably forward to there, kept his knee flex the same, kept his butt position the same. So that's what's going on with him. You can see his wrist is nice and flat here on the left. Nice flat left wrist. And then if we take a look here, when he's coming in with that club face a little open coming in, and then it's square right there at impact, perfectly square at impact here. And on the left-hand view, and the face, you'll see here through the ball, it's very stable, right? Nice brush in the dirt. Look at that. He gets down in through it. That's because his head's going forward. He gets down into it a little bit more. He's probably got some pretty thick divots when he hits it. And then, he's coming through. He keeps turning that left hand. Look at that left wrist there, how it's got that supinated position, right? And then he's trying to keep that face angle pretty stable at this point. It's turned a little bit. Maybe got some toe drag on the turf. And then good extension at the target. Again, look, his left hip is back here, right? That's the bag on the left hip drill. Big problem for Xander is really just how his head falls forward and his hip slides out a little bit. But as you can see there, he gets pretty much center contact. His swing path comes from the inside out slightly, like all the better players do usually. And his club face angle through the impact area is very square, to even maybe a little shut in this particular shot. And so that's probably why he weakens that left hand up, to allow himself to supinate more, because it's a more stable wrist position. But you can see as he comes through there how extended he is at the target. And then all of his weight eventually here gets to his back left heel. You're going to see this with all the better players, that the weight goes to that back left heel because their balance is going this way to counter the force of the club going that way. Hope you enjoyed that. That's my take on Xander Schauffele's swing. Very effective motion. I would say he's so consistent because obviously he putts and chips well, but he comes from the inside out, supinates his wrist, and keeps his posture most of the time. Any questions or comments, please leave it in the comment area, and I look forward to analyzing the next swing.